did want to ask you about solo leveling because I think
Mhm.
that this is an idea I've been brewing in my mind because I'm trying to start my YouTube channel. But I feel like a lot of times anime feels like, um, it feels, I don't know how to explain this really, but like, you know how there are people who read self improvement books because there are things
Mhm.
they want to teach about themselves, like Atomic Habits, 48 Laws of Power, blah, blah, blah. I feel like anime is
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
better way to learn how to improve yourself because you're watching someone start when they're just like a newbie, and as they
Mhm.
grow, as they change, as they develop, they become a better person. Like My
Mhm.
Hero, Mob Psycho 100 is like a perfect example of that. And
Mhm.
I remember watching Solo Leveling and like watching this show. It felt like I'm watching, like, those dude bros are like grind set mindset. Like wake up at 5 a.m., take a cold shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three raw eggs in the morning. Hit the
Yep.
bike.
Yep.
I. It's funny that you brought that up because I was thinking I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should take the solo living approach where
Yeah.
I give myself a daily routine of 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups,
Yeah.
run, go walk a mile, and if I don't do it, I have a penalty or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. And that is a great way to approach physical health. But then when you put the discipline on yourself, this is me coming from a military guy now, being in the army. Once you get that discipline installed,
Mm-hmm.
your mental health will also kind of like follow suit
Yeah.
because now you putting yourself on a track and everything. The past few years, I've been like scattered brain. Like I just been doing everything on a whim, and I was like, okay, I need to break down and put myself on some type of schedule or plan. And solo leveling has pretty much. I mean, of course, I'm not going to be jumping 50 meters in the air or nothing like that, but I'm
Mm.
pretty sure I will evolve in some type of way to
Yeah.
where now I'm more disciplined, now I'm more fit, I'm more healthy, mind, body, and soul because I'm putting myself through this rigorous training experience. And some people can do the same thing with that, with going to the gym, doing their daily workouts and everything. So I think you are 100% correct that anime has help a lot of people feel better about themselves
Mm-hmm.
or get them to the mindset of helping themselves because they see their favorite character evolve and everything, have that character development. And you can go back to the big three. You can go back to Naruto, his training style, Ichigo, his training of his
Right.
multiple factors of things. You can look at Yuji from JJK of how he learned how to control his curse energy,
Mm-hmm.
lack of curse, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Um, you can go to any type of anime. I'm pretty sure, especially in sports anime,
Mm.
there is a training montage or something that they go through. So anime is definitely a encouraging builder, um, encourage builder for a lot of people across the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% agree with that.
Yeah. And I love solo leveling because, like you said, sometimes like people just need like a regimen or like some kind of
Hmm.
discipline to stick to if there is a goal they want to attain, whether it's like better physical health, better mental capacity, like you want to elevate in your career, whatever it might be. There has to be like some work and some effort put towards it, and there has to be some kind of consistency. And because anime fans, like, you're sitting down, you're watching like how many seasons of a show. So you're watching this character arc grow and you're seeing all the work that they put into it. And like for
Hmm.
you, it's just like it's a TV show, someone you're like wanting to emulate. When it's yourself, it feels so different. And I think with solo
Yeah.
leveling, it's so interesting because we're watching him literally like level up, and
Hmm.
though it's not even like the level up, it's the words that he uses, it's the language that he speaks, it's how he
Yeah.
refers to himself that I have seen in
Hmm.
like other self-improvement like videos, like Andrew Huberman, or like who's that guy, he wrote the book Can't Hurt Me. He's like
I'm
Black
not familiar
Marine.
with them.
Crap, I
I
forgot
think I
his
know you're
name.
talking about.
Yeah,
But I will have to look them up.
his name's
I
like
always think of I always think of Dr. E. um, He's a
No.
good motivational speaker.
Oh, it's David Goggins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, people like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're very like self-motivated, and
Hmm.
they basically they have kind of built this career off of being able to build themselves into people who are like incredibly resilient. And because when you see someone like that as a human being, you're like, well, they're different than me. Like, I'm not like them.
Hmm.
And I think that in watching Solo Leveling, like Jinwoo, because he started off as like he like for those who don't know, because I forgot to even talk about Solo Leveling, but Solo Leveling it's an anime where it follows like it's this anime set in this world where you can become like a hunter. You know, like
Hmm.
you is in a world where humans have magical powers and they could take on the job of a hunter, entering gates and dungeons to slay monsters. And when you're in school, you take a test or like they do a scan on you, something like that, to figure out what kind of level hunter you are. And
Evaluation.
yeah, evaluation. And Jinwoo, he was a level E hunter, which means he's like the lowest of the low. So he would only go on easy raids. And people or other hunters, whenever they would see him on a raid, they're like, oh, this is going to be a breeze. This is going to be easy because easier. And he can't even do anything. But one day, they go into a dungeon. It's super easy. It's fine. This guy, he can't even kill a low level monster. Like, that's how weak he is. The healer girl had to kill the monster for him and then heal him because the monster tried to beat him up. And then they found a hidden dungeon within the dungeon. And then that dungeon was
Mhm.
on another level. And that's when Jinwoo finds like, you know, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but like something happens and
I
Jinwoo
got you.
he's almost gone. And then,
Yeah.
there is an entity in the second dungeon that's like, do you want to stay weak or do you want to be a boss? And you essentially just like, I mean, sign me up. And he
Yeah.
becomes like this guy who, like, working out, doing these different dungeons, doing these different battles. He starts leveling up. He starts getting better. And of course, right now, season two is airing, currently week to week basis. And I need to
Mm.
start watching season two because, like, I need to know what's going on with Jinwoo. But I love solo leveling so much because it's it's literally like what these dude bros talk about. Like, you start off weak, you start off with a beta, a simp, and you turn to alpha, and that's what happened to Jinwoo. He became an alpha, like for real.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Because when the animation style that he starts off with is as a weakly little kid,
Yeah.
basically, like he's like a little teenager who has no right being in this world, being in these dungeons and stuff like that, which he doesn't because I recently read the entire manhwa of it. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't read the light novel, but I read the manhwa of it, the webtoon basically, and I read all of it. I read spinoff. I read all the stuff and everything because I've got fascinated with the world, just like
Mm-hmm.
how you did. Um, but they was even mentioned that he has just enough power to be considered a hunter. Like he's basically
Yeah.
a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
So and he's known for showing up at all these different dungeons. And the reason he does it is because he wants to save his mom. He needs
Oh
to have
yeah.
money to pay for his mom's treatment because in this world they have this illness called the forever sleep where their her life's force is killing her. So they need a magical machine to keep her alive, but
Mm-hmm.
she would never wake up again. So he needs to keep money to be able to take care of his mom and his little sister. So he has no choice but to go on these raids, these dungeon clothes, whatever. And the once he does go to that double gate, as you mentioned, and he goes through this grueling process because people left him and
Mm-hmm.
he pretty much sacrifices himself so everybody can leave. He gets the notification of wanting to become a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And what's great is the not only do you see the progression of his physical strength, but you see the change of his character. Now he doesn't look like a kid anymore. He looks like a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
He looks older than what he is, but he's actually only 24. But he looks like he's in his early 20s. I mean, not early 20s, late 20s, early 30s,
Mm-hmm.
strong, and then he talks different. His like you said, his lingo is different. His mindset is different. They show the progression of him understanding how cruel the world can be, even to the strong, and he noticed that he has to just do this himself versus relying on other people like how he has been so far, because these are the same people that pretty much either talk shit about him or pitied him. So it's a good transition. The only issue, there's a lot of people who don't think Solo Leveling has character development because of the
Mm-hmm.
pacing of the show,
Yeah.
but it does. It does. It has some progression. Like I said, you see more than just the physical. If you're paying attention outside of the fights, because there's a lot of fights, there's a lot of action in this. Like
Yeah.
it's action packed. There's maybe one or two episodes where they actually sit down and actually have conversations just to set up the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been on season two. Even though I know what everything's gonna happen now, it's just as action packed as the first season, if not more. And it's highly recommendable of a watch. It's the hot topic right now of the anime world community. If you have never watched the episode, I'm pretty sure you heard the title.
Yeah. And I think that solo leveling is also very interesting because like it it uses game mechanics, like video game mechanics in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
With the notification, with the buying the rewards, with him buying his potions, and also like he's going after the big potion to like save his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I remember watching it, and this happens a lot with like I feel like anime, but also other like shows and movies where like a character, the main character, is given this great power and this ability, and at first it's like I'm doing this for my mom, I'm doing this for my girlfriend, I'm doing this for somebody else, and then after a while it's kind of like I'm gonna be the greatest in the world. Like after a while, you kind of the motivation you had prior is not really as important because you just kind of like become consumed with the power. And I feel like
Yeah.
that may happen in season two, and I'm excited to see if that does happen because like I don't
Mhm.
care if he becomes selfish. I want to see it happen. I want it.
Well, I'm not gonna
Well,
spoil it for you.
yeah.